And this brings us to what I believe is the biggest goal that she is working on right now. I believe that Taylor's North Star at this moment is to earn EGOT status and potentially become the youngest person to ever win an EGOT. Now, our absolute youngest EGOT winner at this point in time is Robert Lopez, who won when he was 39 years old. He was followed by a few other folks who were a little bit further through their 39th year. And then the youngest female ever to win is Jennifer Hudson at 40 years old. And if she were to beat Robert Lopez, he's also the only person in history to earn each award twice. So he would still have that accolade to his name if he were bumped from youngest person ever. So Taylor still has enough time, but just barely, to sneak in there at 38. And I believe she can do it. And let's talk about how. Now, where is Taylor in terms of earning EGOT status? Well, she has plenty of Grammys, 14 as of this recording to be exact. And she has also won an Emmy. Taylor won a Creative Arts Emmy in 2015 for Outstanding Creative Achievement in Interactive Media for the MX Unstaged Taylor Swift Experience. That was an interactive app project that she starred in and executive produced. It also looks like Taylor may have another shot at an Emmy. To have more than one of these major awards will definitely help secure her legacy. The Eras Tour docuseries is shortlisted for the 78th Primetime Emmy Awards, the nominations of which will be announced Wednesday, July 8th. So I will be back in July to report on how the nominations went for Taylor and what we can expect to see. So she has 2 more awards left before she earns that EGOT status. The first one that she's going for is that Oscar. Taylor has never been nominated for an Oscar before, despite this being the 9th song she's written for a movie, and she also tried to go the directorial route with the All Too Well short film, but that one did not get nominated either. She has had songs shortlisted for the Oscars before, such as Carolina, Beautiful Ghosts, I Knew It, I Knew You, for Toy Story 5, looks like a very good shot at securing her first nomination. We'll find out more about where the Oscar campaign stands in January. And if you want to know more about Taylor's Oscar campaign and how she is going about trying to earn an Oscar, as well as her history with the Oscars, take a look at my video on that topic. That leaves the Tony. I'm not surprised Taylor's left this one for last, because this one is going to be the most time-consuming and most difficult for her to achieve. There is no option to write a single and earn a Tony. She either has to write an entire play, direct an entire play, write a new musical. Big commitments here. Also, the Broadway community is going to want to see real dedication, and they're not going to give her something on a super basic play. It's going to have to be great. Of course, she's very capable of great, and she has a few different pathways that she can use. There are 3 main Tony Awards that Taylor could pursue. Yes, there's directing, and there's also a lot of acting awards, but Taylor is yet to achieve any critical acclaim for her acting. So her best bet is to stick with where her strengths lie: music and storytelling. The 3 awards that Taylor would have the best shot at are Best New Musical, Best Book for a Musical, and Best Original Score for a Musical. At this point, Taylor has to choose whether she is going to write an entirely new musical with entirely new music, or if she's going to do a jukebox musical with some of her greatest hits and other songs in her discography already. Obviously, you've got pros and cons to both. Going the whole new musical route with completely new music would achieve a lot more fanfare. It would give her access to an extra Tony Award, which would be the best original score for a musical. And it would allow her to ensure that the music and the story fit together seamlessly. There would be no trying to finagle this connection between this part of the script and fitting this song in. Everything could be seamless. The storytelling could be better. Then on the jukebox front, you've got folks who are really excited to see their favorite songs, and you have folks who already feel some connection because they know the music. It's also going to be cheaper to put together because she doesn't have to completely invent all of the music. Less time with collaborators, producers, etc. And it's also potentially safer. There's no concern that people aren't going to like the music that they're getting. They kind of know what they're getting from the music perspective. So it may be easier for a theater and co-producers to sign on to a jukebox musical when they have some idea of what they're going to get versus a completely new musical. But on the jukebox musical front, she no longer becomes eligible for one of those Tonys. A jukebox musical cannot win Best Original Score for a musical because the music was not originally written for that musical. If Taylor really wants to win that Tony, I suggest she partner with Sonia Friedman. She is the most decorated Broadway producer working today. She has the most Tony Awards of any producer working today. She has been in this business for ages, and she's been top of her game for longer than Taylor has been top of her game. Now, Taylor loves working with the best. Plus, Friedman has a habit of hiring mostly women in her offices, which I believe Taylor would like as well. I see these two powerhouses seeing eye to eye on the story, and Friedman would definitely make anything Taylor does better. She knows Broadway. She knows theater. And this is a new space for Taylor. So having this experienced, this powerful, and this talented of a collaborator would only make Taylor's work better. Another benefit to working with Friedman is that Broadway books up early. The theaters sign with the shows that they will be presenting 1 to 3 years in advance, which means if Taylor does want to win that Tony in time to hit one of those youngest milestones, she's got to get moving. She's going to have an issue because most of the theaters will have already determined what they are showing in the next season, 2 or 3. Partnering with someone like Friedman would allow her to get one of those rare open spots. Remember, Friedman is the one with the connections on Broadway. Theaters want to work with her. They want shows with the most Tony buzz. And a way to secure definite Tony buzz would be a Taylor Swift-Sonia Friedman collaboration. They would be guaranteed to be able to get in to one of those rare spots that Taylor would need, because if Taylor does try to become the youngest ever EGOT winner, she needs her show to open by April 2028, which is a mere 1 year and 10 months away. That will be the cutoff for the 2028 Tonys, which is the latest that she can win that award and still be under age 39. If we're looking at youngest woman, then she has until April of 2029 for her show to open. So either way, not a ton of time yet, but a very doable possibility. While I think Taylor should bring in collaborators with a lot of Broadway experience, no matter what she puts together, it is worth noting that she could use something like Springsteen on Broadway for a model, and Springsteen did produce that with only folks who were close to him and had worked with him for many years. So she doesn't have to collaborate with Broadway folks, but I believe whatever she produces, even if she uses something like Springsteen on Broadway for her model, would be even better if she does partner with experienced Broadway folks. So what do you think? I would love to hear all of your thoughts, and I will be back very soon with another Swiftie Biz School episode as well as another Swiftie book review. So please like and subscribe, and let's chat in the comments. What do you make of Taylor's Tony and EGOT chances? I'll see you soon. Bye.